Well, hello there folks, this is your host ID Jester. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thanks for checking out my videos. Lots of videos on Marvel Heroes 2015 edition, as you probably see. And we're once again doing a Marvel Heroes with Cable. And this is going to be probably a big surprise for those of you who've been following along, because I swore up and down I got him up to level 52, and that's as far as I was going to go, because he's never been redone to his level 52 standards, which gives him a signature power at level 30, gives him his ultimate power at level 52 and such. So he's still basically back in the old days, and so that's kind of where he's been. And I was going to wait on them to go ahead and update him before I finished him up from level 52 to 60, but interesting. What ends up happening, I ended up getting Invisible Woman yesterday and got her all the way up from level 1 to level 50. And so when I was doing level 50 for her, I ended up getting a lot of these Midtown Madness chests and some of these chests of Odin's Bounties. Had a whole bunch of them stored up here in my inventory. You can still see I got a whole bunch of them stored up. And so I said, well, maybe what I'll do is just go ahead and just spend all these chests on Cable. That way I don't have to play him. He'll be ready to go. So I started doing that. And before you know it, after just an hour or so, maybe a couple hours here, we got up to level 59. I really didn't even use that many chests. They're not running the chests here in Midtown Patrol anymore. They're running them in somewhere else. The one-shots, I think. Yeah, the one-shots is where they're currently at. So, but I've been still getting the Midtown Madness chest, which I do on Mondays. And before you know it, like I said, we got him up to level 59. So I was like, alright, he's at 57. Let's just spam a few more of these, 58, 59. I was trying to hold on to some of these lower level ones, the 42s and stuff, so we could start working on Ghost Rider, which is what we started doing yesterday before I picked up Invisible Woman. So yeah, for all of my Cable fans out there, if you're a big Cable guy, we are going to be finishing him up today. Surprise, surprise. Just recently here, since level 58 and 59, we've been spamming out a lot of these Midtown Madness chests and some chests of Odin's Bounty, and I think maybe 12 or so uniques ended up popping up. You can see I got a whole bunch of them down here in the bottom. We actually placed some of the ones that were in here that we could never find here, so we actually have a Cable, a Cable, a Cable, a Cable, and a Cable. We got all the Cable uniques right across the board. We had a Cosmic in here for a long time. Finally replaced that, and then we had the boots slot was something. It was unique, but it was for any hero, and I think it was one of these other spots also had one. Well, now you can see I've got 4 of these bionic arms. I've got an extra boot here, and I ended up just getting rid of the boots that I originally put in there because they were only giving me some pretty low ranks and everything. You see the one we got in there now is 1584, and then this one down here is a 1557, so both of these were much better than the one I had, so I got rid of that. So let's look at them. We've been spamming through trying to get them up as quick as possible, so I haven't even really looked at getting his artifacts done.
You know, Cable,
added a level 55 artifact, haven't done that. But when I started putting the Midtown Madness chests and the Odin chests on him and stuff, and I was just running around shooting enemies, he was actually doing a lot of damage. So I was like, trying to just mess around and figure out how he's doing so much damage. It's kind of his one saving grace right now, is that he actually does quite a bit of damage. I don't know why or how, and so I started looking at that, and just by doing that, we were able to get him leveled up even farther. And of course, once we got him leveled up to where we needed to be, then we ended up just keeping him going. And so yeah, I know I've been saying all along that we weren't gonna do that, but strange how things work out sometimes. Don't get run over by Rhino here. This power actually, this plasma barrage here actually does a lot of damage. I just hold it down. It goes through the spirit pretty quickly. Oh, we got some fortune cards. That's good. That's good. Let's see what else we got over here. Zoom in a little bit. Hey, there we are, level 60. Look at us go. That's nice. Another one's done. So we'll look at his powers and stuff. I'm just basically holding on this plasma barrage, and then every once in a while I put out these other things. But we'll get into his powers here when I get a chance to show you what's going on. Taskmaster left out here. We'll take care of him, no problem. Got plenty of help here, and he's down, and some more chests for us to open up. Although, you know, it's not going to do as much good to level 57, a 54, 59, and a 59. And looks like we got us an insignia of the Archangel. You and your allies hit. There's a 2.4 chance to stun them. Some melee damage and regenerate. So this is obviously not going to be very good for him whatsoever. So his basic... I didn't mean to do that, but that's alright. So his basic attack is just shoots the gun. And pretty quick. It does an okay amount of damage. Nothing too spectacular. Then we have this Psychanic Barrier. You lay that on the battlefield just like I did there. Anybody standing in there is going to take some damage over time, so that's nice, obviously. And his third power here is, again, this Plasma Barrage. And just watch as I'm doing it. You can see little sparkles on the guys that are actually being attacked by it. Let's see if I can show you here. Kind of looks like snowflakes or something. It's just kind of ricocheting off from there. And that's a way to know who's being affected by the attack. As far as his others, we have the Psychic Trap, which immobilizes. It basically just throw it out, mobilizes, does some damage. And then last but not least, we have the Vortex Grenade. And these are kind of pretty much all the powers that we have. Let's look at the rest of them. His ultimate power is, you call a future version of yourself, with a dimensional bomb that taunts enemies, and they explode, stunning them for a huge amount of damage, 614 to 922,000. You can see we've been going so fast that really haven't had time to spend my points. We've unlocked obviously all of his powers a while ago, but we just need to finish up. So he's got a lot of different auras. He's got aura to make give you movement speed and attack speed. You got an aura for enhancement, endurance, sorry, and of course one for toughness. And you can put points into these, and you can, you know, activate this one, or activate this one. You only can keep one aura up at a time. You see it says they're activating another aura power, ends its effect. So again, I'm not sure why they do that, but you know, I wouldn't want to put, say, 5 points here, 5 points here, and 5 points here, because I can only have one of them. It's better just to figure out which one you want to use and just put all 15 points in that one. It's not like I'm going to have extra. In this case, I do have an extra slot. I could try to turn it on and off. I do use all my, basically I do use an extra power panel, I guess is what these things are called, for all my turn on, turn off abilities. So I just turn it on and then I just go back to my normal one. Once it's on, I just leave it on. He does have quite a few passive powers, which is nice. Gives him quite a few bonuses there. Let's go down and fight these enemies because I need some more chests, because you can tell I don't have enough of them, right?
Here I come. You should have never interfered.
Oh, somebody's got a shield. That's not going to be good, but we'll get it nice and close here. Do us some alright, we'll do some extra damage here. We'll just plasma bolt them, and then we'll come around, we'll throw a couple vortex grenade out there. Our spirit does take, quite a big hit. Fortunately, Did we get hit there? I can't tell. I'm not sure if we got run over or not. We just got our plasma thing going here. And basically working through the enemies here. There we go. And they're all gone. And we get some more chests. That's a good thing, obviously. We'll work on these guys here. And you can tell that just lots of different ways to work with him and different enemies, depending on if you're working on just one enemy or not. But this plasma barrage, just huge amounts of damage. And I haven't even really, like I said, put any points into anything for a while, or just been kind of focusing in on just maxing our character. So this is one of Cable's saving graces. Even though I'm just not happy with his layout of powers, is he teleports, and I can get from one end of the map to home base in about 6.5 seconds, as you can see. So that's one of his saving graces. He can move around because of the teleportation.
Like
so
I just invented?
that is definitely a big bonus for him. Let's look at his items. Then we'll look at specifically the rest of his powers here. So we ended up getting costume, some attack speed, some regeneration, some damage. Fine, we got some speed, some toughness. We did get a beam here for him that gives us some decent amount of things. I think that was the only item that I found for that slot. Then we have the bodysuit, which is for him. Again, pretty good. Gives us some health regen. A couple ranks in some of our powers and all that. Another for Cable. We've got 4 of these now, so we just need to figure out. I know one of these 2 is probably better because it gives us 6 ranks as opposed to 5 ranks of all of our soldier powers. Now I just have to figure out between these 2, because they're both level 59, which one's better. This one gives us better health, obviously 1280 versus 883. This also gives us a 2% chance. This gives us a 4% chance. This gives us 71 spirit recovery. This gives us 98. This gives us 73 spirit. This only gives us 50. So kind of a crapshoot. They're both kind of about the same-ish. So we'll probably replace that. And yeah, so there's that items. And I've only found one of these, so we're just going to keep whatever we ended up getting out of that. We'll just keep that. We do have a cosmic ring. We just replaced that not too long ago, actually. One thing I did do was give them a nice damage rating with range powers, some brutal damage, some extra spirit. As far as our Omega system, we're doing the base damage with range powers, obviously, because pretty much everything he has is ranged. And even his area of effects are ranged area effects. So we were doing that, and we were also obviously doing my usual, which is cranking up the arcane attunements and getting us 40 spirit right off the bat, an extra 40. So that's why we're at 494. You can never have enough spirit. You're trying to use all these super cool powers and not your basic powers. So having lots and lots of spirit, obviously, a good thing. Probably what I want to do now is find the one. I know there's one in here. I won't look for it now. But there's one in here that basically says when you hit with a basic power, you gain a spirit. And this might be it right here. Yeah, recover 1 spirit when you hit with a basic power. So because this is actually a basic power, probably putting a point into that would be good, so we can get our, our spirit back up once we start spamming out these other powers. As far as our synergies go, really haven't looked at these. Probably these were set up from a while ago. What you want to do is obviously focus him in on, I believe, is he energy? Is that what he is? Yeah, energy damage there. Let's see. Energy damage. Oh, this is actually mental damage. So he has a little bit of both. This is interesting. Mental damage, okay. So this one looks like mental. This looks like energy damage over on this end. These are mostly just buffs and his teleportation and his defensive rolls. So both a little bit of melee, or a little bit of energy, and also a little bit of mental. So if we find a hero that gives us a little bit of both, that would be really good. We don't even have the Hulk one, which is should give us some extra health, but we really haven't needed it. We've done a good job. Oh, let's look at. Oh, he doesn't even have a legendary either. I was thinking maybe his legendary item was giving us a nice bonus for his health. But we do have pretty good health regen. You can see that 18,000 between all the different bonuses and stuff. 18,000 plus we gain 83 health whenever we hit an enemy. So 83 health, and if we're spamming out this power here and we're hitting a couple of them every second, you know, that's going to give us a lot of health regen. So we really have a need to worry about regenerating health. It's more been about replacing the spirit. Some of these powers, obviously, when you use this, you can see your spirit's going to go down, although it's not going down as quickly as it used to. So that's good. All in all, you know, I was not that impressed with Cable for the longest time, but actually he seems to be doing a lot of damage now. I don't know if we picked up an item, or if it was those synergy points, or the Omega points giving him extra damage, or whatever. But man, he seems like he can hold his own now, the way that we got going. I mean, just literally we go into groups of guys and just use that power and just can take them out pretty quickly. So that's been a big help to get him up to level, because one of the, see, I mean, that group of enemies is just dead, gone. Oh, that guy took a little bit longer, but see if we can find another group here. Just, you know, just stand here and you see our health is not going down at all. I mean, you know, and even when we fight bosses and stuff, I haven't had to use a med kit in forever, so
Problem solved.
I'll just, and I try to get in a good position where I can get 2 or 3 of them in a, you know, in a row. So grab our eternity splitter. Here's a nice group of enemies here. Let's throw out a grenade. Blow up, die, there you go. Boom, boom, boom. Pretty much. Bubbles everywhere for me to pick up, so that's pretty good. And you can see we're down to 57 spirit already, so that's why we've been kind of concentrating on ways to get more spirit. This does take a lot of spirit, but man, it does a lot of damage. And even his normal attack does pretty good. It seems like it only does 9 to 14,000, but you can see the speed of it's 6.5 per second, so that basically 10 to 15,000 is, you're doing 6 of them per second. So you're doing you know, whatever that equals out. It's too much work to do math right now, but oh, looks like we got some more bosses here. You guys are going to get an extra dose of enemies, an extra gameplay with Cable here today. So that's good. Throw our little barrier out there, throw that out there, throw that out there, get out of the way so Juggernaut doesn't run us over. Let's see if we can call out our future version of ourselves. There he comes. Oh, you know what? Ah, I forget what it does. That's right. It's basically like a time bomb. I should have put it... It's my fault, folks. I should have put it next to the enemies over here. I was thinking it would actually move around the battlefield, but it's basically just a time bomb. You want to set it somewhere, the enemies come over to fight it, and then after about 5 seconds it blows up, does some nice damage. So unfortunately I screwed that up for you. Apologize, but I don't know if we've had any other Cable videos that show his ultimate, but hopefully there are. I don't think we're going to chance to do it this time, because it has the usual 10-minute cooldown, I believe. We'll double check that when we get done with Juggernaut here. stuck on the pole. Okay. Hey, we got another fortune card. Get out of the way. God. Okay, good. Hopefully we got enough room in our inventory to pick up all these goodies now. Alright, spin around and do our little wheelie thing. I think Cable would actually be a pretty good player for like X defense and all those, just because he can take out lots of enemies at the same time, which you seem to need to do in X defense. With his little plasma burst, if you can find spirit somehow. Get some spirit, get lots of little blue or purple orbs, as they like to call them. Whoop, go back. I saw bubbles on the ground, there we go. We'll do this, spin around. I don't usually like to do the spin around. I like to get on one side of them, I normally like the south side because it's easier for me to see and I'm facing north. So if I find a group of them like this, I try to get to the south, I'm able to view them all, and I can just focus my fire that way. And being able to teleport around is obviously one of the things I talked about a few episodes ago, is having all those. Okay, let's get on the south side here, there we go. And now let's just concentrate. This way we got a 45-degree arc in front of us that we have to worry about, and that's pretty much everything. Look at that. Boom, done. That group of enemies gone. And you know why I'm like, wow, this guy's doing a lot of damage. I couldn't figure out. I might have to figure out why he's doing so much damage. So, you know, big giant like that took me about 2 seconds to take out there. Come on. Usually that power is not that good with obviously one enemy around. You really want to focus fire with groups of enemies. So. Well, let's see. What haven't we talked about here?
The one carrying the huge
let's
laser
see
cannon's
here.
my nephew.
Oh, we got us a nice green goblin medal. It's about time to update him. Although, wow, you know that wizard medal is really good for him. It's 274 mental, and all of his mental attacks are the barrier, the psychic trap. Some of the other ones we haven't even looked at for a while. There's a passive. Then we're looking for damage. Telekinetic mastery. No, it's just that's a passive as well. Yeah. So that's mental is basically going to be these two, and this one, psychic haze, twice per second. We should actually add that down there. All right. And then on top of that, we also get 321 damage rating with our range powers, which obviously is our default power there. Our barrier power, our plasma barrage, and even this is a ranged, and this is a ranged. So everything is ranged. So this wizard medallion is basically giving us 595 damage rating with that. Maybe that's why he's doing a lot of damage. I'll have to look, but let's see what we got here. We got physical and energy. Boy, those numbers are really nice. Oof. Yeah, I haven't found really an insignia for him, and the ones we have in our storage here,
you can get a lot done when
we
you're
should
not
probably
worrying
look at
about
that
fighting supervillains.
because it's going to be time here. To find him a nice one, we can't use that one. Let's see. So we defeat an enemy, gain 20% movement speed, some dodge rating, and spirit when you pick up item or credits. That wouldn't be too bad. Can't use that one. Use a shield medkit. Well, we don't use medkits. We defeat an enemy, gain movement speed, melee powers. Yeah, that one's no good. When you hit your with a melee attack, yeah, that's not going to be very good. Although I like the spirit. Geez, 71 would be nice. What do we got up here? Another melee one. And another one we can't use. So it looks like about the only one that we can upgrade with is... Yeah, I guess we'll just go ahead and put that in for now. It's not going to hurt anything. We need the spot so we can open it up for the other one there. Let's see, what else do we have here? Relics? Yeah, we don't even have a really good core. It's only +1 speed, +1 strength, which is, you know, it's okay. You always get better numbers, but it's not that great. Get rid of some of this junk.
Colossus, I could use someone bulletproof on the front line.
We've got, I guess, I don't know if we were going to try to store some of these chests. I was going to try and get one of the lower level characters. Problem is, we are running out of lower level characters. If you look at our characters, actually, Cable, for those of you who want to know, is our 26th character. 26 that we've gotten up to max level. So we got a 42, a 40, 42, 40, 41 Gambit, 41 Ghost Rider, Invisible Woman, which is 52. So maybe we'll spend some time. We could probably crank through Invisible Woman with all of these bonus chests and stuff. We've got a couple that are for 52. I was holding out the 42s for the lower level guys, the 40, the 41s. So I might be switching back to Invisible Woman. Well, she switched out for Cable, so I guess it works out in the long run. Oh, Colossus is awful. Look at this. That's just, ugh. We should work on getting Colossus some decent items. Yikes. Well, so that's a look for all the Cable fans out there. We did get them up to level 16, even though I promised we weren't going to do it. So, and we've got some points to spend, 16 of them. One of these days, we'll actually go by and try him out and see. I'm going to have to try him a little bit more now that he's doing some pretty good damage. It'll be even better when he gets some decent powers. Just like I said, 4 aura powers, you can only use one of them. I guess this is a ranged area attack. Whoop! Cancel that. Teleports, making them vulnerable to attacks. Okay. We got a passive. That's our roll. That's our quick body slide. That's teleport. Okay, that's our teleport. Another passive. Another passive. He's got a lot of passive powers. So, really, the attack ones. There's only a few different kinds of attack ones. A few different aura ones and a few different mental ones. So, just put the points into them. Choose one of your auras to use. Try to max out your passive powers, because those are obviously used all the time. And hopefully that'll work out. So that's Cable. Wow, can't believe it. Never thought we'd get Cable up. But thanks for watching, folks. We will see you guys next time here in Marvel Heroes. Take care.